Let's do a pull. Yeah, it's definitely struggling there. Alright, what's up everybody? We're here today in my 2015 Jeep Wrangler Sahara. Oh, I gotta let this guy cross the road. Alright, so I've owned this car for about 1 year now, and I'm just gonna tell you kind of an overview of what I think about it, if it's really worth the money that people spend on these. So these cars are really expensive. I believe I paid about $27,000 for this car last year, and it's a 2015, and it had about 24,000 miles on the clock. And right now we're just about 10,000 miles later at 34,000 miles, and I've had no issues whatsoever as of this point. I bought it because I wanted to have a car that I could drive in the winter just while I'm in college, and I wanted something that wouldn't depreciate a whole lot and that I could kind of just beat the crap out of. And you know, bring it skiing and whatnot. Oh my god, that dog is out the window. Jesus. I wanted a car that I could bring skiing every single winter and just kind of, you know, drive all the time, not worry about it, leave it outside. It's pretty good at that. There's so much hype built up around these cars, and I never really understood it. And I kind of wanted to, you know, just get one and see what the hype was about. It was a perfect candidate for the boxes that I was trying to check. To be honest, I still really don't understand why everybody loves them so much. They're really not very good. The reasons why I say that are mainly because you can spend the same amount of money on another SUV and get something that's just so much better than this. Performance is lacking, and I get that that's not really the point of these cars. The main thing that people like to do with these cars is take them off-road, and I have done that. I have a very stock setup, so I'm not really very prepared to go off-road, but I have done it, and these cars are really good at that. That's where they do shine. But the thing is with these cars is that the tires that they put on them from factory are really bad. They're not very good in the snow. They're really just not very good at anything. They're like crappy all seasons that they put on here. So the first modification that I would say you should do is definitely get mud tires. You should definitely buy mud tires for this car, or, you know, mountain terrains, but something that's gonna do a lot better in the snow, especially if that's the condition you're driving in. I personally wouldn't actually lift these cars unless you're very serious about off-roading. These have plenty of clearance to off-road on stock ride height, and also I have noticed that it gets a little dicey when it comes to clearing parking garages. The car is already relatively high off the ground, and I have not had a problem yet clearing parking garages, but there's a few where it gets very close. So if you do a lift kit, you're most likely not going to fit in most normal parking garages, and that's kind of a hassle, especially if you're daily driving this car. Most likely you'll find yourself parking in a parking garage. This is one of the main reasons that I actually do like these cars, is that you can do so much to them and they're not going to lose a whole lot of value at the end. You know, if you buy, let's say, you know, a Focus RS or a Focus ST or something like that, you're going to do modifications to it and it's really going to add no value. You're probably actually losing value on the car. A lot of people say that modifications don't add value, and I would say they usually don't, but when it comes to Jeeps, if you do the right modifications very tastefully, then I would say you're probably going to get your money back out of them, or at least most of your money back out of them. The other thing is, parts on this car are pretty inexpensive. I bought a whole new set of headlights for just about $100, and that is actually something that I definitely recommend that people do, because these cars have some of the worst headlights in existence. Interior quality is very poor. You really don't get that many amenities, especially when it comes to safety features. These cars have no side airbags, and that's standard on pretty much every car today. If you get hit from the side, you're screwed. There's really nothing protecting you from a side collision. They also don't have any collision warnings. There's no lane keep assist. There's no blind spot monitoring. There's none of that on this car, and that's something that I really dislike. I'm gonna do a little acceleration up here real quick. Foot to the floor. That was 40 miles an hour with my foot all the way pinned to the gas. This car, you put your foot all the way to the floor and there's really not much of a reaction to it. Another thing, there's a lot of wind noise. There's even some now, and I'm only going, you know, about 40 miles an hour. I'm gonna turn onto this road over here. I'm gonna just flip traction control off because it looks a little bit snowy. It's a dirt road. We're just gonna feel the suspension out. Yeah, I mean, the suspension on this car, as I said, it really feels like it rides like a sports car. You can feel every bump. You can feel every line in the road. Let's talk about the mods that I have on here. I have a back bumper that's all metal, and that was off eBay. I have rear tail lights, which are a necessity, and those also go with my headlights. Both are LED, much brighter than they were before. It's a safety thing, you should really have them. You saw me install that front grille piece and the little cowl protectors. Those are stupid, but they look kind of cool. So what have we learned? Well, we've learned that this car really isn't worth the money that dealerships are asking for it. It doesn't really command that high a premium in my opinion. I mean, the interior is not of high quality, the speakers are bad, the ride quality is harsh. It's really not that great. The good things, I mean, it's an easy car to drive. It'll hold its value. There's a lot of modifications on the market for it, so you can really make it look any way you want it to. And that's definitely fun, being able to customize your car like that. Is it worth like 30-something grand? No, definitely not. You can buy cars used that are much higher quality than this. They're not really worth the hype. Unless you do off-roading all the time and you really know what you're doing, then this car is really, you know, not very great. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Catch the next video soon.